This is the Prepare for Class 2.4 question number 3. And we're asked to reduce y minus 2 divided by 2 minus y to lowest terms and specify any restrictions on the variable. At first glance, it doesn't look like I can take anything out. I can factor anything out of either of those. But if I look again, they look very closely related. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of these. I'll just take y minus 2. And I'm going to multiply it by negative 1. Multiplying and dividing by negative 1 are essentially the same thing. So I could be factoring out a negative 1. Because if I multiply by negative 1 twice, I end up with exactly the same thing I started with. So this will give me negative y plus 2, which I can rewrite as 2 minus y, which is exactly what my denominator is. So if I take y minus 2 over 2 minus y, I can factor out a y minus 2 from both terms. I can divide out y minus 2 from y minus 2, and that's going to give me just 1. And I can divide out y minus 2 from 2 minus y and have a negative 1. And so this actually will give me negative 1 as my simplified rational expression. There's a question that comes up like this in the quiz, I believe. So you really do need to understand how this works. And when we're simplifying rational expressions, we frequently come up with problems where we have one of these, where we have to divide out a negative 1 or multiply by negative 1 to get the other term. They also specify any restrictions on the variable. That means, is there something I cannot divide by in my original expression? And I can't have y be something that makes me divide by 0. Because when I divide by 0, of course, math does not work. So 2 minus y can't equal 0. So I'm going to add y to both sides here. 2 can't equal y, or y can't equal 2. So the restrictions on the variable is y cannot equal 2. And there is my complete answer.